Many people join the gym with one dream: to build muscle and burn fat. But soon they realize it feels impossible to balance both goals. Either you bulk up and gain fat, or you cut down and lose muscle. This frustrating cycle makes thousands quit before seeing real results. That's why we created an exclusive guide we developed especially for you. It will only be available for a limited time, bringing extra adjustments that didn't fit into this video. It's a way to go deeper into what I'll teach you today and speed up your progress even more. Take advantage of it while it's still available. What most people don't know is that there is indeed a strategy to achieve both goals together. It's called body recomposition, and it works for beginners, for those with higher body fat, and even for experienced lifters. It combines smart training, diet control, and consistent habits. And that's exactly what I'll show you today in 9 clear steps. If you apply this method, you'll notice changes in the mirror, on the scale, and even in how your clothes fit. Your body becomes leaner, your muscles grow, and fat starts to disappear. All of this without endless cycles of bulking and cutting. So stay with me until the end, and let's get straight to the tips. Alright, let's kick things off with the big one: belief. You have to believe that body recomposition is possible, because it absolutely is. For years, the conventional wisdom was that you had to pick one bulk up or cut down. You'd spend months in a bulking phase, gaining muscle but also a fair bit of unwanted fat, and then you'd switch to a cutting phase to strip that fat away, often losing some of that hard-earned muscle in the process. It's an inefficient cycle, and honestly, it's not the only way. The truth is, your body is an incredibly adaptive machine. It can, under the right conditions, pull energy from your stored body fat to fuel the process of muscle protein synthesis, which is just the fancy term for building new muscle tissue. This means you can literally use your fat stores to build muscle. It's the ultimate 2-for-1 deal in fitness. You're not just changing the number on the scale, you're changing the very composition of that number. Now, who is this most effective for? If you're a beginner to lifting weights, you're in a prime position. Your muscles are so ready to respond to this new stimulus that they'll grow even if you're in a slight calorie deficit. It's what we call newbie gains, and it's a fantastic window of opportunity to kickstart your recomposition journey. Your body is just so primed for change that you can get the best of both worlds right from the get-go. It's also highly effective for individuals who are coming back to training after a long break. Your body has something called muscle memory, which means it's much easier to rebuild lost muscle than it was to build it the first time. So if you've been out of the gym for a while, your body can snap back into shape, building muscle and burning fat simultaneously, much faster than you might expect. Don't underestimate your body's ability to remember what it once knew. Finally, if you currently have a higher body fat percentage, you're also in a fantastic spot for body recomposition. Think about it. You have more fuel available. Your body has ample energy reserves, your body fat, that it can tap into to power your workouts and fuel the muscle building process. For you, creating a slight energy deficit through nutrition is the key that unlocks this entire process, allowing you to shed fat, while your strength training builds a solid muscular foundation underneath. So, the first step is to get your head in the game. Ditch the old, outdated idea that you have to choose between muscle gain and fat loss. Understand that with the right strategy, which we're about to lay out for you, you can achieve both at the same time. It's not magic, it's science, and it's something that is absolutely within your reach, no matter where you're starting from today. Okay, this next tip is a massive mental hurdle for a lot of people, but it's crucial. You need to break up with your bathroom scale. I'm serious. That little square in your bathroom can be one of the biggest sources of frustration and demotivation on a fitness journey. Why? Because the number it shows you is just one tiny, often misleading piece of the puzzle. It tells you your total body mass, but it doesn't tell you what that mass is made of. Think about it this way. A pound of muscle is much denser and takes up significantly less space than a pound of fat. So, if you gain 2 pounds of solid muscle and lose 2 pounds of fluffy body fat over the course of a month, what will the scale say? It'll say you weigh exactly the same. You'll see no change in that number. And you might think, this isn't working. I'm not making any progress, and feel tempted to give up. But in that scenario, you've made incredible progress. You've completely changed your body composition. Your clothes will fit better, you'll look leaner and more toned in the mirror, and you'll be stronger in the gym. The scale completely fails to capture this amazing transformation. It doesn't account for water retention, food in your system, or the positive changes happening within your body. Relying on it is like trying to judge a movie by looking at a single out-of-context frame. So, what should you track instead? Let's talk about real indicators of progress. First, get out a tape measure. Once a month, measure key areas like your waist, hips, chest, arms, and thighs. Seeing your waist measurement go down while your bicep measurement goes up is a clear, undeniable sign of body recomposition. This is data that actually tells you the story of how your shape is changing for the better. Second, track your performance in the gym. Are you getting stronger? Are you able to lift heavier weights? Or complete more reps with the same weight you used last week? This is called progressive overload, and it's a direct indicator of muscle growth. Keep a training log, whether in a notebook or on an app, and focus on beating your previous numbers. Strength gains are muscle gains. It's that simple. And finally, use your eyes and your clothes. Take progress photos every 2 to 4 weeks in the same lighting and same poses. The visual changes over time can be incredibly motivating and will often reveal progress the scale hides. And pay attention to how your favorite pair of jeans or that one t-shirt fits. When they start to feel looser around the waist but a bit tighter around the shoulders and chest, that's the ultimate non-scale victory. That's real progress. This is a fundamental shift in mindset that will change everything for you. Stop going to the gym with the primary goal of burning fat. That's not what your training sessions are for. Your time in the gym, your weight training, is for one thing and one thing only: building and preserving lean muscle tissue. The vast majority of your fat loss, something like 80 to 90% of it, is going to come from what you do in the kitchen. Think of it like this. A really intense hour-long workout might burn, say, 400 to 500 calories. That's a solid effort. But you can erase that entire calorie burn in about 5 minutes with a couple of handfuls of nuts, or a sugary coffee drink. It's incredibly difficult to create a significant calorie deficit through exercise alone. It's far, far easier and more effective to control your calorie intake through your diet. Your workouts need to be focused on providing the stimulus for muscle growth. This means prioritizing strength training with a focus on progressive overload. Every time you train, your goal should be to do a little bit more than you did last time. That could mean adding a couple of pounds to the bar, doing one more rep than your last session, or improving your form to get a better contraction. This constant challenge is what tells your body, hey, we need to build more muscle to handle this stress. If you're spending all your time at the gym, on treadmills, ellipticals, and doing endless circuits of light weights trying to feel the burn and sweat as much as possible, you're missing the point. While that has its place for cardiovascular health, it's not the most effective signal for muscle growth. Your body adapts to cardio by becoming more efficient, meaning it learns to burn fewer calories doing the same amount of work over time. It's the opposite of what you want for recomposition. So, structure your fitness plan with this clear division of labor. Your diet is your fat loss tool. It's where you'll create the gentle energy deficit that encourages your body to tap into its fat stores for fuel. Your workouts are your muscle building tool. They are the architectural plans and the construction crew, laying down new muscle fibers and making you stronger and more functional. When you separate these two goals, everything becomes clearer. You no longer feel the pressure to destroy yourself in every workout just to burn calories. Instead, you can focus on the quality of your lifts, on executing each rep with perfect form, and on the satisfying feeling of getting progressively stronger week after week. Let your nutrition handle the fat loss, and let your training handle building the incredible physique you want to reveal. So we've established that your workouts are for building muscle. Now, let's get specific. What does an effective muscle-building workout structure actually look like? We can't just wander into the gym and do a few bicep curls. We need a plan. A great target to aim for, backed by a ton of research, is to hit each major muscle group with about 18 to 20 heavy, challenging sets per week. What does a heavy set mean? It means you're lifting a weight that really challenges you. It doesn't mean you're going for a 1-rep max every time. Instead, it means you're working in a specific rep range where the last 1 or 2 reps of each set are a real struggle, but you can still complete them with good form. This is often referred to as training close to failure. If you can easily pump out 15 reps when your goal was 8, the weight is just too light. This total weekly volume of 18 to 20 sets per muscle group can be broken down in a few different ways, depending on your schedule and preference. For example, you could do a bro split, where you train 1 or 2 muscle groups per day. Monday might be chest, Tuesday back, Wednesday legs, and so on. In this case, you would do all 18 to 20 sets for that muscle group in that one session. This can be effective, but it does require a lot of time in the gym, maybe 5 to 6 days a week. A more efficient method for many people, especially if you can only get to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, is to use an upper-lower split or a full-body routine. With an upper-lower split, you'd train your entire upper body twice a week, and your entire lower body twice a week. In each session, you do about 9 to 10 sets per muscle group. This allows you to hit each muscle with a high frequency, which can be fantastic for growth. With a full body routine, you'd train every major muscle group in each session, perhaps 3 times per week. In this case, you'd do fewer sets per muscle group per workout, maybe 6 sets for chest, 6 for back, 6 for legs, and so on. But the weekly total still adds up to that magic number of 18. This is an incredibly effective way to stimulate growth across your entire body multiple times per week, making it a brilliant choice for body recomposition. The key isn't which split you choose, but that you are consistent and that you hit that target volume. Whether it's a push-pull legs routine, an upper-lower split, or full body days, the principle remains the same. Focus on compound movements, like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and rows, as the foundation of your routine, as they work multiple muscle groups at once and give you the most bang for your buck. Then, add in some isolation exercises to round things out. Now that we have our training volume sorted, let's talk about how to organize your reps and sets to prevent plateaus and maximize your gains over the long term. You can't just go into the gym and do 3 sets of 10 for every exercise, every week, forever. Your body is smart, it will adapt, and your progress will grind to a halt. The solution is a concept called periodization, specifically rep periodization. A super effective and easy to follow model is a 9-week cycle. We're going to break this cycle into 3 distinct 3-week phases, each with a different focus. This approach keeps your body guessing, forces it to adapt in new ways, and helps you build different types of strength and muscularity. It's a structured way to ensure you're always making progress. The first phase, for weeks 1 through 3, will be a strength and hypertrophy block. Here you'll focus on a rep range of 6 to 8 reps per set. This is the sweet spot for a combination of mechanical tension and metabolic stress, which are the primary drivers of muscle growth, also known as hypertrophy. The weight should be heavy enough that getting that 8th rep is a real battle. This phase builds your foundation of size and strength. The second phase, for weeks 4 through 6, is about muscular endurance and metabolic stress. We're going to increase the reps and lower the weight slightly. You'll aim for a rep range of 10 to 12 reps per set. This range is fantastic for increasing the pump, driving nutrient-rich blood into the muscle, and further stimulating growth through a different pathway. It also gives your joints a bit of a break from the heavier loads of the first phase. The third and final phase of the cycle, for weeks 7 through 9, is a pure strength block. Here, we're going to drop the reps way down and push the weight way up. You'll be working in the 3 to 5 rep range. The goal here is to maximize neuromuscular adaptation, training your brain and nervous system to recruit more muscle fibers and fire them more powerfully. This phase will make you significantly stronger. Then, after week 9, the magic happens. You take a deload week where you reduce your volume and intensity to allow for full recovery. Then you start the cycle all over again at week 1. But now, because you spent 3 weeks getting brutally strong in the 3 to 5 rep range, you'll be able to use heavier weights in your 6 to 8 rep phase than you did in the previous cycle. This is the engine of long-term progressive overload, ensuring you get bigger and stronger, cycle after cycle.